Hello everyone, welcome to Q&A Academy. In today's class, we are going to discuss about divisibility rules. Divisibility rules are very important because by using these divisibility rules, lot of questions you can solve within fraction of seconds only. Okay, now why we are using these divisibility rules means whatever the numbers we have, larger numbers, if we have to divide with a particular number, will be taking lot of time. But by using these divisibility rules, we can solve all those divisions within fraction of seconds only. Now, let us see the divisibility rules what we have. The first divisibility rule is rule number 2. The divisibility rule for 2 is if the last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the complete number is divisible by 2. For suppose the number whatever we have, in that if last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then they are telling that the complete number will be divisible by 2. Now let me take one example. Here you can see two examples which is 985564. Now can you tell me last number is what? My last number is 4. Now 4 is a even number. 4 can I divide with 2 or not? If I can divide with 2, then it is a what? If I divide with 2, then then the complete number is divisible by 2. Now here in the second example, if you observe, here what is my last digit? My last digit is 5. Now 5, is that possible to divide with 2? No, definitely we cannot divide with 2. Then it is not divisible by 2. This is the divisibility rule of 2. Now here if you observe, you can see some of the questions. In the first question, 5230. Can you tell me, is it divisible by 2 or not? Yes, because last number is what? 0. If it is 0, it is divisible by 2. Now, in 9847, can you tell me, is it divisible by 2? No, it is not divisible by 2 because what is my last digit here? My last digit is 7. If it is 7, it is not divisible by 2. Now, in the third question, if you observe, here what is my last digit? 2. Now can you tell me it is divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 2 because here my last digit is 2. So I think, can you answer remaining 3 questions in the comment box, like whether it is eligible or not, 3456 is divisible by 2 or not, and 98456 is divisible by 2 or not, and also 7854 is divisible by 2 or not. Please answer in the comment box. Next we'll see divisibility rule for 3. What is the divisibility rule for 3? If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the complete number is divisible by 3. Now what are the sum of the digits? Here let me take one example. In this example you have one question, 984867. Now what I have to do? I have to do sum of the digits. Sum of the digits means what? 9 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6 plus 7. Now if I solve all this, what is 9 plus 8? 17, 21, 29, 35, 42. Now can you tell me 42 is divisible by 3 or not? Yes, of course it is divisible by 12 times, divisible by 3, which is 12 times. So I can consider 984567 is divisible by 3. In the same way, if I solve one more question, which is 56723, I will check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. If I have to check that, first thing what I have to do? I have to do sum of the digits. What are the sum of the digits here? 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 2 plus 3. Now what is 5 plus 6? 11, 18, 20, 23. 23, is that possible to divide with 3? No, we cannot divide with 3. We can divide only 42 by 3. So 23 by 3 is, so 56723 is not divisible by 3. This is what the divisibility rule 3. Now here let me tell you some of the questions. Can you see the first question? What is 5230? 5230 is divisible by 3 or not? We will add it. 5 plus 2 how much? 7. 7 plus 3 10. 10 plus 0 is nothing but 10. 10 it is not divisible by 3. So the complete number is not divisible by 3. Second question you see. 9 plus 8 how much? 17. 17 plus 4 21. 21 plus 7 28. 28 is divisible by 3 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 3. If it is divisible by 3, then the complete number is divisible by 3. Third question we'll see. 6 plus 5 how much? 11. 11 plus 8 19. 19 plus 8 28. 28. 19 plus 9 28. 28 plus 2 is nothing but 30. 30 is divisible by 3 or not? Yes, of course it is divisible by 3. So the complete number, which is nothing but 65892, is divisible by 3. Remaining questions you try to solve it and you try to put it in the comment box. Now next we will discuss about divisibility rule for 4. What is the divisibility rule for 4? If the last two digits are completely divisible by 4, then the complete number whatever it is there, it is divisible by 4. Now let me tell you with one beautiful example. Here you can see 4856. In this, what are my last two digits? My last two digits are 5 and 6. Now what I have to take here? 5 and 6 I have to take. Now 5 6 is divisible by 4 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 4. If it is divisible by 4, then you can consider complete number 4856 is divisible by 4. Now here if you observe 7893. In 7893, what are my last two digits? My last two digits are 93. Now can you tell me 93 is divisible by 4 or not? No, 93 we cannot divide with 4. So 7893 is not divisible by 4. In the same way, 2300. Here, what are my last two numbers? Two zeros. Two zeros are divisible by 4 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 4. If we have last two digits are zeros, then the complete number is definitely divisible by 4. Now this is the divisibility rule for 4. Here you can see some of the questions. Now let me solve first question. 5230. What are my last two numbers? 30. 30 is divisible by 4 or not? No, we cannot divide with 4. So it is not divisible. Now here if you observe second question 9847. What are my last two digits? 47. 47 is divisible by 4 or not? No, definitely it is not divisible by 4. So I will not consider it as divisibility rule for 4. Now if you observe third one 65892. What are my last two digits here? 92. Can you tell me 92 is divisible by 4 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 4. If it is divisible by 4, then the complete number is divisible by 4. Now remaining three questions, you try to solve those questions and you try to keep it in the comment box. Next we will discuss about divisibility rule for 5. What is the divisibility rule for 5? In divisibility rule 5, if the last digit is 0 or 5, if the last digit is 0 or 5, then the complete number is divisible by 5. Now here let me take two examples. Here in the first example, what is my last digit here? My last digit is 5. If my last digit is 5, then my complete number is divisible by 5. Now here if you observe, what is my last digit here? My last digit is 3. If my last digit is not 5 or 0, then that number is not divisible by 5. So this complete number is not at all divisible by 5. Now here let me solve some of the question. Now in the first question, what is my last digit? My last digit is 0. Then the complete number is divisible by 5. But in the second question, my last digit is 7. So it is not divisible by 5. In the third question also, my last digit is 2. If my last digit is 2, then the complete number is also not divisible by 5. So remaining questions you try to solve. Next one is divisibility rule for 6. Divisibility rule for 6. Now what is the divisibility rule for 6? If the number is divisible by 2 and 3, if the number is divisible by 2 and 3, such type of numbers all are divisible by 6. What is the rule? If you get confused, listen this properly. Now, if I take 6, can you tell me what are the co-primes of 6? Co-primes of 6 are 2 and 3. Now, if I divide with both 2 and 3, then the complete number is divisible by 6. Now, how I have to check? Here also they have mentioned in the same way. If the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then the complete number is divisible by 6. Now, let me take one example to solve that. Here what they have mentioned, 5562. Now here with what I have to check? I have to check with 2 and also I have to check with 3 whether it is divisible by 2 and 3 or not. Now in the question, what is my last digit? My last digit is 2. If my last digit is 2, then definitely it is divisible by 2 or not. So the first condition, it is satisfying. Now what is the divisibility rule for 3? Divisibility rule for 3 is sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. Here what are my sum of the digits? 5, 5, 6 and 2. 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 is divisible by 3 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 3. So it is satisfying both the condition. So the complete number is divisible by 6. Now, if I take one more example, here also it should satisfy both 2 and 3 rules. Now, if I start with the rule 2, what is my last number here? My last number is 2. So, definitely it is satisfying the first condition. If it is not satisfying one condition also, then it is not divisible by 6. Now, what is my second rule? What is the divisibility rule for 3? Divisibility rule for 3 is sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. What are the sum of the digits here? 9 plus 8, how much? 17. 17 plus 7, 24. 24 plus 5, 29. 29 plus 2, 31. 31 is divisible by 3 or not? No, it is not divisible by 3. So, if it is not divisible by 3, then the complete number is not divisible by 6. Understood all of you? So, let me solve some of the questions which I have wrote here. What is the first one? 5230. 5230 is satisfying the first rule. 2 or not? Yes, it is satisfying. Because what is my last digit here? My last digit is 0. If it is 0, then it is completely divisible by 2. Now, what is the second rule? 3. Now, 5 plus 2, how much? 7. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 is not divisible by 3. So, the complete number is not divisible by 6. Now, in the second question, if you observe, what is my second question? 9, 8, 4 and 7. So, what is my last digit here? 7. So, 7 is not divisible by 2. So, in the first rule only it is not satisfying. So, the complete number is not divisible by 2. What is the third rule? 6, 5, 8, 9, 2. What is my last number? 2. 2 is divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it is satisfying the first rule. What is the second one? We have to add all the digits. 6 plus 5, how much? 11. 11 plus 8, 19. 19 plus 9, 28. 28 plus 2, 30. So, 30 is divisible by 3. It is satisfying both the conditions 2 and 3. So, the complete number is divisible by 6. So, remaining questions you try to solve and put it in the comment box. Okay. Next, we will discuss about divisibility rule for 7. What is the divisibility rule for 7? All of you read it properly. Cross off last digit. Cross off last digit. Double it and subtract. Repeat if you want. Repeat if you want. If new number is divisible by 7, the original number is divisible by 7. That is what they are telling. So, if I have to explain this content, whatever I wrote it here, I have to explain with an example only. What is the first one they mentioned? Cross of last digit. So, here in the complete number, what is my last digit? 7. So, I have to cross it. I have to remove it. Next, what I have to do? Double it and subtract. Double it means, what is 7 plus 7? 14. That 14 I have to subtract from this. Now 9846 minus 14 is how much? So if I take 3, 2, it will be 9832. Yes or no? Now here what I have to take? Again I have to do the repetition continuously until it is divisible by 7. Now here what is my last digit? My last digit is 2. Now what is 2 plus 2? 4. Now in 933 I have to remove this 4. If I remove this, what it will be? 929. Now from 929 again what I have to consider? My last digit 9. What is 9 plus 9? 18. Now from 92 I have to remove 18. If I remove 18 from 92, what it is? 82 and 76. 74 it is. Now 74 is divisible by 7 or not? No, it is not divisible by 7. So the complete number is not divisible by 7. So let me take the another example. Here if you see, what is my last digit? 5. So first thing what I have to do? I have to eliminate 5. Now what is the double of 5? 5 plus 5 is nothing but 10. Now if I remove 10 from this, what it will be? 7, 3, 1, 4. 24 minus 10 is 14. Again what is my last digit? 4. Now 4 I have to remove. If I remove 4, and what I have to do? I have to double it. 4 plus 4 is how much? 8. Now what is 731 minus 8? 730, 723. Now 723, again in this what I have to eliminate? 3 I have to eliminate. I have to eliminate 3 and I have to double it, which is nothing but 6. 72 minus 6 is how much? 66. But 66 also not divisible by 7. So the complete number is not divisible by 7. If it is divisible by 7, then only you can consider it as the complete number is divisible by 7. Understood all of you? So you try to solve these questions also. Here you can eliminate the last number 0. 3, 0 if you take, anyway 523 only it will come. 3 plus 3 is nothing but what? 6. 52 minus 6 is how much? 46. So 46 is not divisible by 7. If it is not divisible by 7, then the complete number is not divisible by 7. In this way, you have to solve the remaining questions also. Now, next, let me move into the next divisibility rule, which is nothing but 8. What is the divisibility rule of 8? If last 3 digits is divisible by 8, if last 3 digits is divisible by 8, then the complete number is divisible by 8. Now let me take one example. Here you can see 98464. In this, what are my last 3 digits? 464. Can you tell me whether it is divisible by 8 or not? Yes. How many times? 8 5s 40, 8 8 64. My answer is 58. Now, whatever I have taken last 3 digits, it is divisible by 8. If it is divisible by 8, then the complete number is divisible by 8. In the same way, if I take the next part, what I have here? What are the last 3 digits? 2, 4, 5. If I take 2, 4, 5, I have to check with what? 8. 8, 30 is 240 only. So it is not getting divided by 8. So the complete number is not divisible by 8. Now in the same way, we can solve these questions also. 230. 230 is divisible by 8 or not? 8 to 16, 16, 70. No, it is not divisible by 8. If I take 847 also, it is also not divisible by 8. So remaining questions, you try to solve it. Definitely you'll get the answer. If you get the answer, comment in the comment box. Next, what is divisibility rule for 9? Divisibility rule for 9 is, if the sum of digits is divisible by 9. If the sum of digits is divisible by 9, then the complete number is divisible by 9. Same as divisibility rule for 3. For 9, what we have to do? Sum of the digits we have to divide with 9. There we have to divide with 3. Now let me take one example. 98464. 9 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. Altogether how much? 9 plus 8, 17, 21, 27, 31. 31 is divisible by 9 or not? No, it is not divisible. So the complete number is not divisible by 9. If I take the second example, 7 plus 3 how much? 10, 12, 16, 18. 18 is divisible by 9 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 9. Then the complete number is divisible by 9. Here, let me take the first example. What is 5230? 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 3, 10. 10 is not divisible by 9, so I am not considering it. In the same way, 9 plus 8, 17, 17 plus 4, 21, 21 plus 7, 28. 28 is not divisible by 9. So it is not divisible by 9, then the complete number is not divisible by 9. So you try to solve the remaining questions. We have 4 questions. So tell me the answer for these 4 questions. Okay, now next rule is divisibility rule for 10. What is the divisibility rule for 10? If the last digit is 0, then the complete number is divisible by 10. Otherwise, it is not divisible by 10. Here in the example, you can see the first question. What is my last digit? 0. Then it is divisible by 10. Here in this question, my last digit is 2. Then it is not divisible by 10. In the same way, we will solve 2 questions in this. 5230 is divisible by 10. 9847. No, it is not divisible by 10. So you try to solve the remaining questions as well. Next, we'll move into divisibility rule for 11. What is the divisibility rule for 11? If you read this, subtract the last digit from the number formed by the remaining digits. If new number is divisible by 11, the original number will be divisible by 11. What they are telling means, let me explain you with an example. Here, what is my last digit? They are telling you to take the last digit and you have to leave one more digit and you have to take another digit, which is nothing but 4 plus 4 plus 9. Only these 3 digits, one by one digit you have to take. That you have to take difference between remaining digits are 8 plus 6. If I take 4 plus 4, how much? 8. 8 plus 9, 17. 17 minus 8 plus 6, how much? 14. 17 minus 14 is 3. 3 is not divisible by 11. Then the complete number is not divisible by 11. If I take one more example, 73242. Here I have to take last digit and one letter with missing numbers. Now, what is my last digit? 2. Next digit 2, and again next digit I have to take 7. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 7 minus 4 plus 3. Now what is 2 plus 2 plus 7? 4 plus 7 is 11 minus 4 plus 3 is 7. So 11 minus 7 is 4. Again 4 is not divisible by 11. Then the complete number is not divisible by 11. In the same way here also, 0 plus 2, 2. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 minus 2, 6. It is not divisible. 7 plus 8, how much? 15. 15 minus 9 plus 4, 13. 15 minus 13 is 2, so it is not divisible. So you try to find the remaining questions and tell me whether we have any correct option here. Now these are the divisibility rules, whatever we have in divisibility rules. Now let me revise once. What is the divisibility rule for divisibility rule for 2? Divisibility rule for 2 is, if last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the complete number is divisible by 2. What is the divisibility rule for 3? The divisibility rule for 3 is, the sum of all digits, it should be divisible by 3. Then the complete number is divisible by 3. What is the divisibility rule for 4? If last 2 digits are divisible by 4, then the complete number is divisible by 4. What is the divisibility rule for 5? The divisibility rule for 5 is, if last digit is 0 or 5, then the complete number is divisible by 5. What is the divisibility rule for 6? If it is divisible by both 2 and 3, then the complete number is divisible by 6. That is the divisibility rule for 6. What is the divisibility rule for 7? The divisibility rule for 7 is, Last digit you have to eliminate, then you have to double it. The doubled number, whatever it is there, you have to remove from the original number. This process you have to continue until it is divisible by 7, until the last digit is divisible by 7. If it is divisible, then the complete number is divisible by 7. If it is not divisible, then the complete number is not divisible by 7. What is the divisibility rule for 8? The divisibility rule for 8 is if last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then the complete number is divisible by 8. What is the divisibility rule for 9? The divisibility rule for 9 is if the sum of all the digits should be divisible by 9. If it is divisible by 9, then the complete number is divisible by 9. Now what is divisibility rule for 10? Divisibility rule for 10 is if the last digit is 0, then the complete number is divisible by 10. What is the divisibility rule for 11? From last number, you have to take the alternative numbers, that you have to take difference between alternative numbers and remaining numbers. If it is divisible by 11, then the complete number is divisible by 11. These are the divisibility rules which are very important and you will be using in your competitive exams as well. So all of you try to remember all these questions. In the next class, I'll try to solve some of the questions which are completely related to competitive exams so that we'll get more clarity about this. So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.